my goal in this particular exercise is to put the balloons, remove all the sky, right, and have the balloons be on this photo. So the balloons, I want to blend the balloons into this photo. Okay, so how do we do that? Well, the blue and the white here have a lot of white in it. So we can use the multiply mode to keep all the dark colors and take out all the whites. So you're just going to take this layer right here, the top layer, and you're going to change it to multiply. And what it does, it takes out all the white colors, and it leaves all the darker ones. Now it's not perfect by any means, but take a look. So you have this edge here that's kind of not great, but we've kind of blended them together. So let's further adjust this. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a new layer, and we're going to make this layer on. So right now, if we need to make this layer an adjustment layer. So I'm going to click on this little icon right here down at the bottom, and choose adjustment levels. All right. It ends up, sorry, we didn't need this layer 1, so I'm just going to actually delete layer 1. My bad. So I'm going to take away layer 1 and delete it. Yes. So what happens is the adjustment layer will affect every single layer below it. All right. Here's what happens. If you double click on it, you're going to see this properties. So what you're going to do is you're going to drag this slider right over here, and notice what happens to your photo. What we're doing is we're adjusting the levels of the RGB. So more or less we're changing the levels of the red, green, and blues. The problem is we're changing both the bottom photo and the top photo, and that's not what we want. So I'm going to take this and slide it back to its normal. So I want this adjustment level to only apply to this layer, not to everything below. Typically adjustment layers will adjust everything below it. So to adjust it so that this one only applies to this layer, I'm going to hold down my Option key and see this line. There's a line between the two layers here. Hold on my Option key and I get this little cursor changing. So when I do that, now it looks. See this little arrow right here? It means it's going to apply only to that layer. So now if I select that levels layer and I change the adjustment, like so, I'm looking at this edge here. All right, so I got a little bit of this edge, and it's a lot of it's going away, and the balloons are looking pretty good. So I'm going to keep adjusting. Bingo, there it is. Now this guy looks very transparent, and they look kind of transparent, but that's a common technique where if you have a lot of dark objects, so these would be considered dark, and if they were darker, this would be easier to do. In other words, if they were completely black, you would be able to blend this in much better. But the idea is that you can use the multiply mode on this layer, multiply mode on the top layer, and then add an adjustment layer, make it so that it adjusts only this layer below it, not every layer below it, and then adjust the levels like this to take out a lot of the colors that you may not want. Now we can do some more adjusting of this later, but the concept is the same. What's cool about this is that you can take this photo and then you can take that layer, use your move tool, and you can then move it to be better located in the photo. It blends in pretty well. Try it.